Hey boys and girls, today for math I'm going to read to you the story of 6 Silly Robots. And the story takes place in BB's Bot Shop. Remember we read about the robot shop that two friends created, and they could make rectangular, circular, hexagon type robots. So what I want you to do is get 6 Unifix cubes, 3 and 3. 3 plus 3 makes 6. And I want you to grab your base 10 card. And what I want you to do is act like this is a robot shelf, a robot store shelf that you see in the window, that you might see something you want to buy. We're going to put 1, 2, 3 robots on the top row. Then on the bottom row, we're going to put 1, 2, 3. And whenever I read the story, when it talks about one robot being sold, we're going to take away a square, a cube, okay? And that's going to represent a robot. Right? Ready? 6 silly robots. 6 silly robots in BB's Bot Shop, all different shapes with antennas on top. Along came David with $1 to spend, bought a silly robot to be his friend. So, whoops, my robots fell off their shelf. We had 6. David came and bought one. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clink, clank, zip, zoom, pop. How many robots were there still in the shop? So 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 silly robots in BB's Bot Shop, all different shapes with antennas on top. Along came Akiko with $1 to spend, bought a silly robot to be her friend. Clink, clank, zip, pop, zoom, pop. How many robots were still in the shop? So we had 5, and Akiko bought 1. So how many robots? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 silly robots. 4 silly robots in BB's Bot Shop. 1, 2, 3, 4. All different shapes with antennas on top. Along came Corey with $1 to spend, bought a silly robot to be his friend. Clink, clink, zip, zoom, pop. How many robots were still in the shop? So we had 4, and Corey bought 1. So we had 4. We're going to take away 1. How many? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 silly robots in BB's Bot Shop, all different shapes with antennas on top. Along came Amber with $1 to spend, bought a silly robot to be her friend. Clink, clank, zip, zoom, pop. How many robots were still in the shop? So we had 3. Amber came along and bought 1. 3, take away 1 is 2. 2. How many robots do you see in the picture? 2. 2 silly robots in BB's Bot Shop, all different shapes with antennas on top. Along came Lynn with $1 to spend, bought a silly robot to be his friend. Clink, clank, zip, zoom, pop. How many robots were still in the shop? So there were 2. Lynn came and bought 1, so he's taking 1 out of the shop. So we're going to take 1 away. How many are left? 1. Good job, guys. 1 silly robot in BB's Bot Shop, all different shapes with antennas on top. Along came Sophia with $1 to spend, bought a silly robot to be her friend. clink, clank, zip, zoom, pop. How many robots are still in the shop? So we had one robot, and Sophia came and bought one. So Sophia bought one robot. So how many robots are left? 0. And that's one of our Letterland words this week because it starts with zigzag zebra's letter Z, 0. 0, none, not one. Sold out. Come back tomorrow. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that story. Make sure you do it with your Unifix cubes if you're watching this. Go back and get the cubes and do it a second time now that you've seen what we're doing with this activity. And send us lots of pictures of you counting backwards from 6 all the way to 0.